So July has been so far a tragic month, and some positive. One is I finally found my queen laying in my main colony. The sad news is my little queening colony that I was trying to build up in a small chamber ended up dying. I think really what clinched it was when, well, one is they had, I didn't know, but it had wax moths at the base that got in there. And the queen just wasn't laying at all. I mean, there was just the queen. There was a queen, but she just wasn't laying. Ultimately, you know, they died off. The other bad news was, even though my main colony at the base, where I had a lot of frames stored, which were ready to go, which had wax on it and had some pollen stuff, I was hoping that the bees would get to business and move down there. Became a great breeding spot for wax moths. And what happened was I was storing the old frames near, and I think what happened was that they got the wax moth, because there was no bees guarding that at all, got in there first, and then from there moved in. So now I've got wax moths freaking flying around my main hive, and I'm hoping that I can contain it. And I got to just keep checking the hive for you know, for the wax moth, and hopefully you know, deal with it. It sucks because I've got brood now, and I saw one video with a guy kind of poking in there and seeing the bald-headed, you know, brood, and knowing that there was wax moths until he found it. So it really sucks. The lessons learned here is, number one, don't put more. I mean, don't put too many frames in with your bees. Just put enough that they can manage and grow with, which I didn't know. Now I know why. This is why, okay? Because ultimately you're providing a place for wax moths, and the bees can't, you know, guard it all. Number two, ultimately, don't store your frames, your old frames, your unused frames, near your beehive, okay? Because ultimately, you know, that they will become a place for the wax moths to come in and get a hold. So two important lessons that I didn't understand why, and now I do. So you know, beekeeping has a lot of challenges to it, and a lot of times bees that are healthy can take care of these challenges, but ultimately, you know, weak bees like I've got weak bees, and June and July is when you've really got to be vigilant for wax moths, and they hit me exactly June and July. It's July, and I didn't notice them in June. I really doing enough inspections, really going into the bees and checking them out, and really not knowing what to look for, right? Because I'm a novice at this, and I got whacked. So yet another challenge facing the bees, another challenge facing me as a fledgling beekeeper, and ultimately now dealing with the problem. Oh, and finally, my little queening colony just disappeared, and just gone. They were there yesterday, and now today they're gone. And I think one of two things. One is either the wood that I had in front, when I moved that was their death's door, right? I moved that so more air came in or something, or the temperature changed. It got too cold for them. I don't know. But they were gone today. So the queen and about 30 bees that were in there weren't that many bees, are gone. The other thing that may have happened was, because of the scent on the wood would have absorbed the scent. When I moved that wood down to the main colony, maybe that colony went to the main colony. I don't know. So I saw there was a lot of bees all of a sudden at the entrance, probably because the scent of the wood is, the bees probably absorbed that scent. Then again, they could be there because I moved away all the bad frames, which had, you know, wax moths all over them. They had basically taken over the bottom part of the hive, and the other bees were clustered on top. So I don't know what happened, but they're gone. So I'm down to 1 beehive. I had 2 and I'm down to 1. And you know, what I really want to do is try to, you know, get these bees to live this year. This is my goal. Can they live and make it through the winter and have a colony next year? And it's not looking like it.